We move on to the Philadelphia Eagles' first playoff game of the season as number 1 seed. They open up their playoff quest. They face a division rival, the New York Football Giants, who are back to being the New York Football Giants under Brian Daboll. So I'm gonna go to Elite first again.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a divisional game, and those games anything can happen in those games, and it's mostly gonna be. I feel like it will be a low scoring game. It won't be too high scoring, and when it comes down to it, I trust Brian Dable. He's a better head coach, even though we haven't seen him like he's not like someone that
I agree.
But I don't know. Nick Sirianni, something about him, and the Eagles. They've been pretty cold recently. They haven't been as good as they were in the beginning of the season, and it can go either way. But yeah,
You make a very good point. They haven't been as good later in the season. The Eagles could only manage to beat the Giants and backups at the left end where they needed the number 1 seed by 6 points. Something was off about that performance. Something has been off with the Eagles throughout the second half of the season. They really relied on pouncing on teams early and moving into cruise control, but they haven't really been able to do that. The Jalen Hurts injury has hurt them too, has hurt their momentum. So look, I don't think the Eagles are really a number 1 seed caliber team. I definitely think Brian Daboll is has the coaching edge over Nick Sirianni, who I respect because Nick Sirianni in his first 2 years hasn't made the playoffs with the Philadelphia team that we didn't think was going to make a playoffs last year and didn't think that's going to be as good as this year. But I think this is the game for Philadelphia if they want to win. I mean,
they had. I mean, everyone thought they were good this year. They had a really good
number 1 seed good.
Yeah, I mean, they could. Who else would have been NFC one seed?
I don't know, maybe
the
San Francisco 49ers who almost got
The
there.
Niners, bro.
Who almost got there, in fact, despite starting 3 and 4. But let's keep going. We're a little bit off topic. Where was I at? Yeah, but the key in this game, right, for Philadelphia is they cannot be too A.J. Brown reliant and Jalen Hurts reliant. Some of these next guys, Devontae Smith has to show why he's a top 10 pick. Quez Watkins, Gainwell. Some of these guys have to make plays for this Philadelphia offense to keep it rolling. They have to be run first too to keep the New York Giants off the field. And defensively, the Philadelphia Eagles have to manage to contain Saquon and Darius Slay. Last 6-7 weeks has been the number. I don't care what he tweets, what he talks about. People don't know football. The last 6 weeks has given up the most. What was it? The worst passer rating. Attempts to him, targets him. He's been very, very shaky. He's looked like what he looked like earlier, not this season, but last year, where we were questioning was this a good free agency signing or not. So I know the Giants receivers don't really have the players, but they get open. Brian Daboll keeps it open. So I want to see how this Eagles secondary, who have their crazy tandem of corners, how they handle it. So Eagles are up for a battle. They're resting players. I mean, they were have a weak break too. The rust plays in a factor. They're playing a division rival. I really see this game going. It's a 50-50 in my opinion. 50-50. Igor.
Well, I will say that the Giants have shown that they are not pretenders and they're here to play. And Daniel Jones, he has had his coming out party this season.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, but yeah, Daniel Jones he's made his statement and he's here and he wants a new contract. Because I think his new contract's gonna be up soon, right? So yeah, he wants a new contract.
Brian Daboll?
No,
Jones.
Oh.
Yeah. Saquon.
They didn't give him
Saquon has been doing good too.
They didn't have this 5th-year option? Damn, they were.
Even if they did, he's up for extension. Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah. So Daniel Jones is here, and he's not here to play. But I will say that the Giants have not really played good against good defenses. I don't think they have a winning record against good defenses, so that does come into a factor because the Eagles' defense is like I think top 6, I think top 6 or top 5. So it comes down to Daniel Jones and what he can do with this Giants offense. And also Jalen Hurts' injury, because that throwing shoulder, that's a big deal.
That's true.
For me, the key for the Giants is the trenches, really. Like on offense, you just got to be able to run the ball. Like I think the Vikings were one of the worst pass defenses, and they kind of had success like that. And running the ball wise, we saw it last week. They had great success with Daniel Jones running the ball, and Saquon's gonna be huge this week because if you can't pass the ball, one thing you gotta do is run the ball, kind of control the clock, control the game. And on the defensive side, the Eagles got one of the best O-lines in the league. And you gotta somehow you got Leonard Williams, you got Dexter Lawrence and Kayvon Thibodeau. You gotta somehow find a way to wreck the game and make sure like the Eagles just don't just completely just run over you. And I've been impressed by the Giants, to be honest. Like for the past I don't know how many weeks, but recently, like late in the season and last week, they've been really great. And even in games they lost, they've been competitive. And I really think they have a chance in this. But
Okay,
you wanna go to the picks?
let's go to our picks. I'm gonna go first. I got New York Giants pulling off another upset. I got New York Giants winning this game, moving on to the NFC Championship and going on the road to face.
And I'm
Cowboys?
I'm agree with you. I think the Giants are also gonna win this game. At the end of the day, it's gonna come down to who's the better coach. And I just feel like with the Giants, they can run the ball on the Eagles. The Eagles, they don't have the best run defense. And their run with Daniel Jones and Saquon, they can go ahead and beat the Eagles.
And that's the thing. When you're on these road games in the playoffs, the best way to settle the nerves, the best way to be productive on offense is having a good run game, having a steady run game, slowing down. Because whenever a patient run game, you're getting attacked by a patient run game, it brings the crowd almost out of the equation too. That's what they did last week against Minnesota. So yeah, good point.
We haven't seen this Eagles team like. When's the last time we've seen them be dominant? It's been a minute.
Since probably they last played the Giants.
Yeah, it's just honestly, yeah. Well, yeah.
Hangara, real quick. We took a little bit too long for predictions.
Yeah, the Giants, they've looked very good. They're on an upset run, in my opinion. However, the Eagles have shown they've been dominant all year, and I think that as long as Jalen Hurts is available and healthy, and actually healthy, then I think I gotta go with the Eagles. They're top 10 defense, like really good offense, and the Giants, they're still a bit inexperienced, and that wide receiver core, I'm still shaky about that.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles as well. I think if they can, I think if as you said, if Hurts is healthy, they should be able to jump on the Giants. I think it's gonna be either like a blowout kind of game, or it's gonna be like a close game where the Giants could really win. I think in a close game, Giants are really dangerous. I was really impressed by them last week, especially, and but at the end of the day, I'm going with the Eagles.